things. Some of my
Same
subscribers sending me stuff.
exact experience.
And I
I
know, I
had the
thought about
same thing.
saying, I mean, do I tell them don't send me stuff? I
I
mean,
did. If Zelda Critters is in here, Critters was here that day. I did go live and I told my subscribers, please do not, please do not send me links to people talking about me, making hate videos about me, bringing my name up on lives. I don't care. I'm not going to watch. Critters, you were there, weren't you? You saw it. I told them, no, I don't want to know. I'm not going to go watch. I don't care. I don't Google my name. I don't care. I
yeah,
just
because
I
it's
focus on
distracting.
the content that I want to make. I focus on the cases that are interesting to me, and then
Exactly.
I just want to be healthy. How are you ever going to be healthy and happy if you're just obsessing over people making up things about you? You won't be able to
Exactly.
do
I know
that.
it's kind of made it hard for me at this moment to kind of figure out what case I want to move to right now
Yeah.
because I'm getting it from so many directions, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's made it hard, a little hard for me to focus.
Yeah.
So right now I'm trying to figure out where do I go from here as far as cases go. I know a couple of them are interesting, but I don't know if anybody else would find them interesting, you
Well,
know.
yeah, I really think that I really think you have to make your choice not on what you think others will like, but on what you yourself enjoy. And the reason I say that is if you're choosing something that you really like, you're going to be drawn to that content and it's going to, you're going to develop a deeper, richer understanding of the facts. And when you do that, your content is going to automatically improve. But if you're trying to kind of outrun the crowd and figure out what the next big story is going to be, I haven't seen it work yet. I haven't seen that work.
Rabid Dog, I have been all over the Debbie Collier case. Yeah, I think I need to put my focus back on that. I
Me too.
wanted to get on the Danny Masterson case because I find that very interesting. I
What
loved
is the Danny Masterson? I don't think I've
um,
heard of that.
he played oh gosh, now just skip my mind. Hyde. He played Hyde on that 70s show.
Yeah.
And he's on trial right now. It just began a couple of days ago. He's on trial for um I don't know if you allow that word on here, the R word.
Oh, you. I don't care. Go ahead and say
Okay.
it. I don't care about the whole
Some do, some
monetization.
don't, so I'm
Yeah.
just real careful.
Yeah.
Um anyway, this is it's got some really neat twists and turns in it and some neat angles. He's a Scientologist. So
Ooh,
there's
there.
some interesting aspects there, and he's adamant that he didn't do anything at all, and he was offered a very lenient plea
Yeah.
where he wouldn't have to be going through all this, but he's like, "Nope, didn't do anything. Nope, didn't do anything." And then there's the personality behind him that everybody loved, you know.
Yeah.
The thing, you know, I mean, it's one of my quotes that I've always used on people. Damn it, Hyde. You know, I've
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
said that, you know, my life
Yeah.
since that show and
That
Hyde.
that is
You
a
know, I
great
just
story. Are they so is the trial public? Is it on TV?
Yeah, they've been playing it on, Law and Crime and Court TV. I've
Oh,
been seeing it.
that's the one you should
Yeah.
do. That one's yeah, everybody loves to
Yeah.
talk about the Scientologist. Yeah,
Right, right.
that's a good one.
Um, yeah, I don't, you know, ever knock religion. I just think it's interesting how he's trying to he's got that twist there, and I wanna know if he's using it or not.
Yeah.
Some of them try to hide behind it and some of them don't.
Right, right, right.
But,
Hey, Rabid.
it's I don't know, it's just an interesting case. But I love the Johnny Depp case.
Yeah, I
I
enjoyed
love
that
all the
one.
missing children's cases. You know, Summers is still bothering me.
Yeah.
I don't
Yep.
think anybody will ever find out what happened with her. But
I thought that when
then
Don went to jail, I felt like he was going to talk, but he hadn't, and he's getting out like in 10 days or
10 days, yep,
yep. So
10 days.
can you
It's
hear us,
crazy.
Rabid? I think his microphone is muted. Maybe he's yeah.
But yeah, I want to focus on Debbie Collier and then also Quentin Simon, as you all
Yeah,
know, the little
that's
baby.
heartbreaking. Yeah,
Woo, that
heartbreaking.
one makes me mad. That one might be a little too much for me because I just want to go attack the mother. I can't believe it.
So,
They're out.
so I have a question. Are you more angry with Leilani or are you more angry with Billy Joe?
Billy Joe.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yes, me too.
Because I'm in her position. I'm a grandmother raising grandchildren for the same reason.
There you
And the bio
go.
parents in my situation, nope, not allowed. Nope.
There you go. There you go.
Nope,
Yep.
the
Yep.
babies come first. I don't care who you are. If you are not good for the kids, stay away, period.
That's right. Yep.
And so I
She
think that she had ultimate responsibility to that
Yep.
baby.
That's right. That's exactly how I feel about it. Yeah. So we're of like mind. Yeah.
Can you
Cool.
guys hear me now?
Oh, we can. Welcome, Rabid.
Oh, I love
Awesome.
that voice. Just keep talking. I'm just gonna sit here now quietly and listen.
Yeah, it's good to hear you. I've gotten sub to your channel, so check it out.
Oh, thank you.
I'm
I
interested
appreciate that.
that you're into the Debbie Collier case.
Oh yes, I have been trying to figure out that 2385 forever. And I mean, I think I kind of have it figured out. The police kind of did it in their pivot and they kind of think it was drug related. And I really firmly believe that that 2385 is directly related to that rehab right next door because I called the rehab and it's $475 a month for an adult male, and that's how
Sherry,
much was transferred.
it seems too
So
much of a coincidence, doesn't it?
yeah,
Have I missed a press conference then, or a police statement?
there was an article.
Okay,
Somebody had called and got a quote from law enforcement. There wasn't an actual press statement, but they called
okay,
and actually talked to somebody.
okay. Because I've not checked up on it for a few days, so I need to have a look at that.
And I actually have you guys an exclusive once the Kieli Rodni case is actually closed out. I have anonymous information that totally changed the timeline for the last couple hours of her life
Oh wow.
from a parent whose child was there, who verified when Sammy left and with who.
Okay, so
So, but
if
I
it
can't release it because the case is open. And I talked with the detective Sonia, and he said just to not say anything. He didn't say I couldn't, but he didn't say I could, and I'm not. I don't know if I should
but
or
didn't they
not.
say that that it was an accident?
The coroner said that the cause of death was an accidental drowning. The actual death investigation is not closed yet.
Is that right?
That part is not closed yet. That's
Well,
what people kind of get confused on. They think that just because the coroner says accidental death by drowning, that it means everything's over. I verified with Detective Sonia, the case is not closed yet.
okay, so do you know that there have been multiple medical doctors that have come out and said that the coroner's report is not consistent with a drowning?
Oh, I know because my own sister died of drowning, and there's nothing in there that matches. I took some notes off my sister's autopsy. There's she had a toxic and edema on her brain. She was in metabolic acidosis.
That's exactly right. Yep.
She had diatoms,
Yep.
diatoms.
Yep.
She had.
Can you put that into layman's terms for me?
I mean, I'm not comfortable like posting my sister's autopsy, but
Um,
I'm okay talking about it. She died. She drowned in 2008.
wow.
My sister had
Sorry.
froth in her mouth and her throat and her stomach. Water in her lungs and her stomach.
Yeah. So I've never heard
Several
of
things. Kylie had none of those things.
I've never heard of a drowning where there wasn't water in the lungs or in the stomach.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I
Not
think
a,
that
not
they've
a bit.
ruled it an accidental drowning based on the circumstantial evidence, not based on the physical evidence of the body.
I think they named it drowning because the car was in the water, but the body itself did not have the telltale signs of drownings.
Yeah.
So that I am really happy. Well, I'm not happy. I'm grateful that the cops are still looking at it. I think that's wonderful. That's great. Good, good, good. Okay.
Just on that case,
Right, and CHP still has to. Now, CHP isn't going to release those results, Teresa Fountain. That's going to be private. Unfortunately, I'm hoping
Uh,
somebody leaks them at some point.
the
But
results of the toxicology.
the CHP, the California Highway Patrol,
Yeah.
in my day, it was, the handsome chips guys. That's what
Yeah.
I always think of when I see that. But
Poncho.
yes, Eric Estrada. Woo.
Right.
Um, so, but no, that report, we're not going to get to see that unless somebody leaks it. The actual accident investigation, where they, and I
Yeah.
never saw them out there laying out, doing lasers and measuring, and I never saw that. I don't know what they did.
Yeah.
The vehicle forensics, yes, exactly. We'll never see all that. They didn't. I don't know what they did on site to determine, but I mean, I know that I analyzed the fire cam footage. We spent God knows how many hours looking at that, and you could see that the vehicle stopped at the Y for 15 whole seconds. The vehicle was driving along, and I say the vehicle was driving along because we don't know who was driving it. The vehicle was driving along, stopped at that Y for 15 seconds, and then went left and then right into the water. Very, very slowly, y'all.
Yes.
How did that happen if she's like drunk and out of her mind? She
Well,
avoids hitting that tree at the Y. She avoids all the other trees and then deliberately, slowly drives straight into the water.
and
She
I
could have
have a
gone before. She
question.
could have got out. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. But I don't know.
I have a question. Do you remember when Check It TV drove his car down to the water's edge?
Yeah, that was on September 5th, and I pulled that footage up as well.
Okay, how do we know that the lights that they're showing that it wasn't actually Check It TV?
Because you actually have to look at the actual full-size resolution images and see that it's just totally different path that the vehicle took. The water had receded quite a
Oh,
bit
okay.
by
Yeah.
September 5th, so it looks like he got close to the vehicle, but the footage that you probably saw in some video on YouTube looks like the little dots are close to each other, right?
Yeah.
The closer you zoom in, he was quite a distance away still.
Okay. All right.
So, but the water had receded, so he did get closer than he would have, on August 5th.
Do you still have access to those cameras?
Uh-huh.
I would be very interested to know the other
I have
night.
all the images. I now we have first thing we did was figure out what dates were most important. And I have my ways, I have my skills, and I got
But
all the important stuff first.
so
I wanted
I would be interested if you still had access. I would be interested to go back and look at that same period of time at night around midnight on other days of the week, just to see if all those cars, if is that consistent for a normal Saturday night or
I can
Friday
pull them up
night.
right now. I've got the folders. I can pull one up. Give me a date.
Well, I don't know. We need to kind of do it when we're not live so that I can look
Okay.
at. I would want to
Oh
look
yeah,
at
like
it.
do like a private StreamYard.
Yeah. And
That would
I'd
be
like
cool.
what I'd like to do. I'd like to know how that night compared to other nights of the same month in terms of traffic, and then comparing
Right.
that night to like the middle of the week traffic, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all between like 12 o'clock and 1 a.m.
Exactly.
It just seemed like you got this big burst of activity about the time she goes in, and then it all dissipated. And that was actually consistent with the woman who was camping and said we had a row of cars come in at 9:30 and then a row of cars left at 12:30. That's exactly what we saw on the camera. And that does
Yes.
not equate to a party with 200, 300, 400 people there.
Correct. Yeah. Now keep in mind, when you're looking at the fire cam, the little images that they gave you, basically the thumbnails.
Yeah.
I consider them thumbnails because they're so little. It kind of gave a chopped view on the left and the right side. so you didn't get to see all of it. But when you see the full-size images, you can see more of the party area that was up higher. The bigger party area.
Where
Most of
the
the party
sanctuary
when
is?
things happened. The sanctuary, right. That's where the cars were doing donuts. You can see that on the video. You can see them running around wearing the headlamps around their heads. You can see the little lights of them walking around those. And you can only see that if you have the full-size images set on real time and you're in a dark room and you're just looking at it and you're really looking because those little lights are so tiny. You can barely see them. But if you watch and you know what you're looking for, then once you see it, you can track. And you can literally see them right after her headlights disappear.
Can you pull that up and show us?
Sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's cool. I haven't seen
Let me
that.
go to StreamYard.
While she's doing that, y'all, Black Rose and Rabid and Critters and Cinnamon, they're dropping the link to Fueled's channel. If she's putting out really great content. You could go over there and subscribe and then, pay her back for showing us this footage. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, you've got a lot of stuff on Kieli Rodni on your channel, haven't you? Collier as well. Cool.
Yeah. I've just now started putting together videos. Please, everybody, look at my tribute video that I did for Kieli. In there, actually, I'm going to show that first because I just want to show one thing in the video, and then it's kind of short. I'm going to show you something really neat in it. Hang on just a second. Okay.
And I may have to take this. I don't remember if I put this picture up as a background or let me see. I may have to take it, maybe an overlay. It is an overlay. Okay, let me pull this off. All right. Okay, Caldonia.
Bear with me just a second. I'm trying to remember where I downloads.
Okay, I can add it to the stream. Do you want me to add it or wait?
Not yet. I want to find my tribute video because I just want to show one little part of that.
Okay, that'd be great.
Oh, here it is.
Okay, can I add it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, and everybody, this is fueled by Coffee and True Crime, and Black Rose and other mods are dropping her link. So she's gonna help us with some content related to Kieli Rodni case. So when we get finished today, maybe we could all go over to her channel, subscribe, and she's got some great content, good content on Kieli Rodni as well as the Debbie Collier case.
Thank you. I'll play just the beginning of this, and then I'm going to skip all the way forward to the one part that I want to show you guys because it was really neat that I received this.
Okay.
And I think everybody will like to see it.
If y'all can see the video, put a 1.
So this is in the video that you'll see on my channel, it's just the sunset footage that I put together. It goes from 8 p.m. to 8:45.
It's beautiful.
And as you can see, the clock's running fast. I did speed it up to 2.5 times. So this guy goes from pink to purple to blue. And it was just lovely.
It's so beautiful, isn't it?
So I'll go all the way down here, right here. Right here. Okay. So what you're seeing is a photo taken at the time of her recovery from the water.
Gosh.
Do you see the angel up in the sky?
I see the sun dog and the angel. Yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That's amazing. Do y'all see it? Y'all see what she's talking about?
Yeah.
And see the little rainbow that's like right at the bottom of the angel? Wow, that's so pretty.
So SF Investigates sent that to me, kind of as a peace offering, because I chewed him out. He ended up apologizing. I don't think he's man enough to apologize publicly to everybody, but he did sound sorry for
Yeah.
for the things that he has put out there. I gave him a proper
Good.
Southern
Good.
woman butt chewing.
y'all had to come to Jesus meeting.
Yes, we did. Yeah, I talked to him on the phone and you asked him some questions. I wanted to get some clarification of some things myself.
Yeah.
And anyway, at the end of the phone call, he mentioned, I told him I was doing this video and I asked him if he had any photos that would be considered, exclusive or that, aren't already out there. And he said, as a matter of fact, I do have one that nobody has seen. And he told me about it and he sent this to me.
It's so beautiful. So do y'all see if you look right above the truck to the right, there's the sun, right? And then look all the way to the left and you'll see what they call a sun dog, the little rainbow. And then that's like right at the bottom where show them where the angel part is.
The angel wings. The angel wings. It's just an angelic.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Be back at 5. Okay.
You'll be back at 5. Don't worry, Mom. It'll be okay. Yes. So pretty.
She checks in on time, so she's a good girl.
Yeah.
So yes,
that's so beautiful. That's very beautiful. Yeah.
Very pretty picture. So
very beautiful.
Thought I'd share that.
Yeah. So it's like the rainbow's actually like on the wing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just love it.
So pretty.
Anyway, that's a little video I made.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Hi,
Jade.
Wait, didn't I have the video? I closed it, man.
Okay, let me pull this down.
Yes, yeah, please.
While you find it, yeah.
Thank you.
I've been there.
1 second. I know it's like I don't want all my pictures up here.
Yeah. Yeah. So now she's going to pull up the. Oh yeah, the Tahoe truck area is absolutely beautiful, but there's some awfully unusual stuff. But how do I'm from Texas, right? Maybe I look at the things going on there and it seems a bit unusual. Maybe it's just that California influence that, is dramatically different than, kind of more conventional Texas, real life, right?
Right.
I don't know though. I mean, I've traveled the world and Truckee's got some weird stuff going on, y'all. It does. What do you think, Rabid? Do you think that what do you think about all the dead people in Truckee that gets blamed as being homeless people, but then the families show up and find out they're not homeless. They have homes and families and they're not drunks and yet they're dead.
I didn't know about all that. This particular case is hard for me. There's something about Kieli that reminds me of someone.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. But as soon as I found out what actually happened to her, I just couldn't watch any more of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, thanks. It's fine. But yeah, it's just it's always tragic, right?
Yeah.
But she was especially talented and vibrant. She had
so smart,
so much potential, so smart. She had so much potential in her life. It was going to be almost definitely a good life. And one silly mistake, regardless of what has happened, I don't know if there's anything more devious happened or not because I just don't know enough about it. But if it's just one silly mistake, it's a mistake that all of us have made at one point in our lives,
Yeah.
And it's like sliding doors, There, but for the grace of God go I. We could all easily have thrown our life away
in
an immature moment of irresponsibility. It's
Yeah.
so tragic.
But I will tell you, and I don't come from a place of, being holier than thou, but I cannot imagine a scenario that I would have abandoned one of my friends that was in that intoxicated condition.
It's very strange. Yeah.
Right? And how many girls were there and said they saw her and she was in such bad shape? There's
Actually, nobody except the people who lied. I'll put it that way.
well, there's Elsa,
Uh-huh.
and then there was Sammy.
Hmm.
Um,
I can tell people this. I can tell people this without breaking my anonymous source. They didn't leave when it, it's out there that they've made statements as to when they left. Not
but
accurate.
it wasn't true.
Correct.
Is it Connor?
Yeah, it was Connor.
Yeah. See, you didn't tell
Yeah,
me that.
that's not
I
going to break
thought
my
that.
anonymous source either.
I thought that. That was. I had
But
that feeling.
here's the kicker: when you find out the circumstances around Connor being who Sammy left
Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
you will be like, "Are you kidding me?" It's much worse than that.
Wow. Oh God.
Because I was like, "What?" And
So
I'm going to
sketchy.
be actually calling. I mean, usually when you call an officer, they're going to leave a message and they're going to call you back in a week. But that's what has happened the last 2 times. So I'm going to call and leave a message. When I do hear back from him, I'm going to ask, hey, what can I go ahead and tell?
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as I don't reveal my source, it should be okay. Because I
That's right.
recorded the phone conversation between me and my anonymous source. And I'm in the state of Oklahoma, so that it's legal here for me to do that.
Right.
So nobody can come back later and say, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
And nobody can tell me, oh, you didn't hear that, you're making this up or whatever. I'm very, very good at documenting what I do.
Wow.
So
I'm looking
anyway, yeah,
forward to
I've got
checking
all
out your
that.
stuff.
I worked at a law firm for 6 years, so I had to help
No.
the lawyers there set up for depositions. And one of the things was, the more evidence, the more receipts that you have when you come in for, like a deposition or something, the better off you are. So I learned from working there, keep all your receipts.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's why I do that. They were upset when they found out that I had recorded it because I'm not required to tell in the state of Oklahoma. And they obviously were in California. But they understand. They're not mad at me now. They probably won't tell me anything else, but dang it.
Well, there's that.
But
There's that too.
I know.
It's judgment you make, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm new at all that stuff. I'm not a journalist, that's for sure. I don't know how any of that stuff works. I have the video up. I'm
Okay.
ready.
All right, y'all. Here we go.
So I'm gonna do
So
what
yeah, Fueled by Coffee and True Crime is going to show us using the live camera or the recording of the full camera that you could actually see the sanctuary where the party was, and it does apparently look like there's more people. Is that right?
no, fewer people.
Oh, there's fewer people than what we were told. Okay.
So what I have here is this is the let me put this on about right here. You see how this is the full size?
Yeah, yeah.
Up here, right up here, can't see it right now because this is kind of bad spot. Hang on just a second. This is the sanctuary, and this is the bigger party area.
That's the actual campground.
Correct.
Okay.
So the sanctuary, and then
Yeah.
there's the tip.
Yeah.
All right, so the reason that I work off of just this and not having an overlay over it is because with an overlays are great if you want to get an idea of like what you're looking at. Like I can pull this up real quick and show you.
Join us on our live as we show you the entire.
See how the overlay is on this?
Yeah, you can get your orientation.
So you can get the orientation, correct. Go away, title. I hate that. See if we can get it to go away. It's not going to go away. Okay, so the overlay is great for getting, a better look. You've still got these lights coming through, right? The bigger lights.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is, I don't want to accidentally close anything I don't want to close here. Okay. The problem with that, yeah, I did. I closed mine again. That's okay. I'll go right here. Turkey, where'd it go? I don't care if you see my videos at this point.
Oh, I'll take it down.
It's okay. Right here. Okay. So the reason that you want to be looking at this, I have it back up in case you don't have me up.
Yeah, I got it up.
Okay. Is because see these little teeny tiny lights?
Yeah.
You can't see any of this little stuff when you have an overlay.
Right.
And there's a lot that happens right here along the water at this crucial time. And I'm going to go all the way.
Do y'all think somebody was over there watching?
I'll show you some interesting stuff.
So much activity going on, right?
You see the cars doing donuts right there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can see it, the lights in the woods, right?
Well, if you look right here and right here, you can see these cars are doing circles. Watch. Let me see. Am I at 11? Okay, so I got to go past midnight here. Just a second. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to move fast until I find what I'm looking for. But you see the little cars just speeding around.
Oh, that's the timestamp at the very bottom in that black bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, this is 17 minutes after midnight.
Yeah.
So right about here, you can see more. It was right at 18 after is when you can see more cars arriving. And bear with me. Believe me, if you're in a dark room and you're looking at this, it really helps too. And I'm not currently in a dark room. I'm in a very bright room. That car, this one just turned. There's somebody just sitting there. Okay, so 21 after. Where's the other donuts? Some lights. See, this is the bigger area. Okay, so when you want to see what direction a vehicle is going in with infrared cameras, the car's gonna be kind of shaped like a cone with a point at the front, and then of course the light coming out, so you can tell which way it's going. See, almost like a rocket, and then you can tell when it turns because it'll go bright. See, it's facing the camera.
Yeah.
And then it faces out to the left, like that way. So it's turning around. That car just turned around. Now, let's see. 24. This is 24 after. Bear with me. I'm going back and forth, back and forth. I'm trying to find something.
You know,
I'm
that
looking
wasn't
for.
even 100 people.
No. So this right here is a vehicle that's turned its lights on, and it's going that way now. You see that right here? Watch these lights. That's a vehicle. It's going that way. And then, okay, so there's another vehicle. There's one here. There's one here. One here. There's several right there. Okay. Now her car comes out of, this is the little trail. And then the Y intersection is right here. So this car is just sitting there at the Y. The path goes like here, and then that's the Y. So that vehicle just turned around there again. And now you can see there's 1, 2, 3 vehicles there. And then this one, and then somebody's coming. And so, yeah, I think this is her coming right here. All this stuff on the screen is missed. Nothing you can do about that, unfortunately. So there's her car going off into the water right there. If you track it backwards, you can see, and it took me forever to figure out like where she came from. It was right here. See her there. I'm going to go back further. She came from way down that way. And as you can see right here, the lights on that vehicle that came all the way down here and went into the water were off. So she was parked right there, y'all.
No.
I'll show you. No lights. The car's facing this way. And then, bam, see the lights come on? And then that vehicle comes, you can barely see the two little headlights, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Watch
they're
those
even
lights.
using just parking lights, right?
Yeah, see, that's the vehicle. You got to track it really slowly. That's the vehicle. This is all smoke, like dust. But her vehicle's coming along right here. Watch this. And then it pops up right here. This vehicle was at the Y intersection. It just came right here, and then it's turning around, and this is her car approaching. Her car stops there for 15 seconds while that car is turning around, and then that car goes this way. And then there's another car there. Watch what happens right after, though, too. It's like, what? So here's her car. She stopped there. And then she's going this way. Takes that left right there. This is her car. And there's other cars right here, right behind her, okay? Takes a hard right. Because now the light's facing us, okay? Right into the water. And bam, gone.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
It's crazy there's so many cars so close.
Yeah.
Now, I have this whole hour in real time, so you could just sit here and like watch the whole hour go down in real time. But so now I've got it going in real time. Let's go from the time that the car is right at the Y. Okay, so I'm just going to hit play. And you can see this is real time, so you can see how slow the car is going. If you look at the clock, you can see this is real time. 1 frame every 2 seconds. Watch. See, the car's just sitting there.
One frame every 2 seconds. That car was going very slow.
Well, currently it was just still sitting there.
Yeah, yeah.
Now watch when she takes off, though. Car still sitting there, sitting there, sitting there, sitting there. Now it's moving.
One frame every 2 seconds. That is so slow.
Now look how slow this car's moving.
It is just barely rolling.
You see both of her headlights for a second there?
Yeah.
Did the car turn around and going backwards?
It was facing us as it was turning into the left, I think.
But look at it there. It looks like the headlights are still shining out of the water.
Yeah, the headlights are over here. So it's facing that way. See how slow that car was going, y'all? This is real time. This is not sped up.
The lights were there a long time too. In the water.
Now see that light just pop up right behind you?
Yeah.
Watch this. See another one?
Yep.
See that activity? That's
You
on
can
the
see how fast
that's on
they're
the
moving.
yeah, that's on the I'm gonna show everybody exactly what it is that they're looking at.
At the boat launch.
Not the boat launch, the that was right here. So this is where she went in. Those lights that you're seeing are right here. I thought that they might be over here, but they're not. They're right here next to the water. These little lights that you're seeing flashing. Right here, this is right next to the water. Not over here where I was just pointing that I thought it might be. This is right next to the water. See how these lights come on?
You feel like somebody watched her go in.
I think somebody saw it, and watch what happens over right here. I'm going to go real slow so you can see little. Okay, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to hit it. I'm going to do real times, and you'll see a teeny tiny lights pop out. She's only been in the water a minute. Okay, there was a light. Now that car, whoever that was got in that car. Now that car that was right next to the water, they're getting out of there. They leave. 2 minutes after she went into the water, that
crazy.
car leaves the, like, they're gone.
I mean, they hightailed it out of there.
Yeah. This car is still sitting there. We don't know if that car could see anything, right?
Yeah, but the lights were on. Why would you not have been able to see it? Her lights were
well, there
on.
were trees, right? So if you go back to this image, that vehicle, if you're comparing where this was, you take the edge of the water and you just follow it up. This is like the edge of the water right here. And it's kind of goes up a hill. So that vehicle was probably right around here somewhere. And they were partying out here as well that night. So it could have been out on this peninsula. If they were out here, then they could have definitely seen. But if they were anywhere in here with all these pine trees,
I grew up
there's a chance.
I grew up in the pine trees. Even if they were over here they still would have seen the lights coming off that water. They would have seen the lights.
I would think that whoever was right here probably saw what happened and they left. These people, I don't know. Anybody out here could have seen, and anybody along that path over there could have seen.
And for damn sure, the people that were across the water on that waterside camping area, they would have absolutely have seen it.
They say that there was somebody over here. There was actually a vehicle. If you look at my footage, there's actually a vehicle parked over here. And then I believe it's over here, actually. People used to think that it was over here, and you see a little bit of lights going over here because there's actually a parking area right here. Over here is where Xana May parked, right over there behind those words.
Yeah.
And then she kayaked over that way. And she searched in that area.
Yeah.
This is like a little parking area. They could have been camping here, but I actually think they were over here. Just something tells me that they were over here. They were actually closer.
Interesting.
Just my gut telling me.
Have you looked?
And based on lights that you see too. I'm going to show you the if you look at the I have an hour, the one that I did, that hour of the sunset, you can see so much before the sun went down. Okay, so now we're at 35 after, 2 minutes after, still 2 minutes after. The light's totally gone. But if you see, watch what happens. It's right at 36 when something happens. I'm watching the clock. Now, see these lights come on?
Yeah. And that's just 3 minutes after, right?
Basically 2 or 3 minutes later. And she was right here.
There's one frame there that almost looks like there's lights down there where the car went in.
Correct. Right here, this car shines the light down into the water.
Yep. If you go back about
in that direction at least.
If you go back about 5 frames, you'll see there's a faint light right down there.
Yeah. I'll go back and so everybody can see that one more time. Right here.
No, over where the car went in the water.
36 after. So it's that you see
right
there's
there,
a
right there.
Car. Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. They're shining it right on it.
It almost looks like a person. Go back 2 or 3. Again.
That's 10, so that's 5 seconds. 10 frames is 5 seconds. So 10 more. So there's 2 vehicles and they're both faced that way based on the shape. So that's the light hitting the water. So it's like, why were they shining the light on the water?
There is a person. Wow. The light looks like it's shining on a person.
Exactly. And the little light thing I wanted to point out too. See if I can catch it. See, I've gone frame by frame on this.
Right there by the water. Somebody was down there.
That is what I believe. And right here, let me catch one to show you what I'm talking about with the little flickers, the little people. Can they face this way? Okay. Do you see this little light just come on right there?
Yeah.
These kids were very well known to wear the headlamps.
Yeah.
And there's several points in here where you can see this little dot just floating around in the dark. And
wow.
That's what it is. Somebody's walking around with a headlamp.
Yeah. You can totally see that there were kids walking up to where those trucks were, where the lights were shining on them.
Yeah, if you watch for the little headlamps, they show up and they disappear, and they show up and they disappear. See, there's one right there.
Yeah.
When they face the camera, you can really see them. But see, that one's coming this way.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there was one to the left too. Yep.
Now they're leaving at 12:38.
That is chilling.
But this one doesn't leave. Watch what happens. This one stops.
And I said, Debbie,
turns around and waits. This is what this last car. Those two are gone. They're like, we're out of here, buddy. Whoever's in this car, we're out of here. This one stops right by the water and turns around, and then watch. So they're leaving. These are the vehicles they left. There's people walking around. So the lamps, maybe flashlights, I'm not sure, because that was a little bit bigger. That might have been headlights. That's definitely headlights. So this car just sits here and sits here and sits here for quite a while. There's another car. Yeah, I've heard another channel say there's nobody around.
bull.
Is this showing nobody around?
You know what? When this first came out and people were saying, oh, this proves that it was an accident. She went in the water just when they said, when her phone did its final ping. But I said, because of exactly what you're showing right there, that you've got kids down there that they lingered minutes after the fact. You had headlights that were shining down to where she went in the water. And I said, to me, it actually proves the exact opposite, that there were somebody available there if somebody had driven that car into the water or just got lucky and got out and Kieli did not get out, then they picked them up. That to me,
and that's what I think
someone is lying.
50.
Someone's lying. The
See, this
fact
car's
is
turning
there's
around again.
kids there and someone lied. They're not telling the truth. And maybe because their parents said, keep your mouth shut. But man,
There's definitely a lot of activity going around there.
Yeah.
Lots, and there's little lamps, and I mean, there's lots of kids still here.
Yep.
You see the little dotted lights going on and off all the time when they're turning towards the camera.
Yeah, you can see bright on the right and then dim on the left, and then it'll to indicate which way it's turning. I can't tell you how many times I've watched this.
And how long did it take for anybody to remember that they could check this camera? I mean, did the cops have it? If they did, why didn't they take it down before the public found it?
I don't think they knew. I don't think they ever knew until SF Investigates leaked that little clip on Twitter.
It's like Barney Fife, Mayberry.
I know.
Oh.
That was one of the questions that I had for him. That was actually kind of the main question that I had for him. I was really curious. I said, hey, did you deliberately leak? Did you put out that tweet? Let me know. Did you put that out because you knew that the fire cams were up there, or did you not know? And did you? I mean, I said, were you up there looking through the archives before anybody else? He said no. He also was not aware. He said he knew that the website was there, but he did not know how to get to the archives.
Well, then why don't you call? You call the damn department and say, hey, I'm with the cops and we need to check footage from the night of August the 5th. Right?
Right. Exactly. But his problem was, I said, okay, so let's say you had information about the case. You think it might be information about the case. You don't know, but you can't really say anything because it's an open investigation. So was that little clip that you put on, this was my question to him, was that little clip that you put on Twitter, I think it was on October 5th, was that little clip a clue to all of us sleuthy people to go to that website and figure it out? You know what I mean? Because he didn't say anything about, hey, there's an archive, you can go back and look on August 5th, nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he pretty much confirmed that, that was his whole point. He wanted people to know without being the one to say, hey, look, you know what I mean?
So maybe
he wanted other people to figure it out.
Maybe he's trying to stop a cover-up.
To stop a cover-up or to what? Say that again?
maybe that was his way to try to stop a cover up, to hold people accountable in the department.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't ask his reasoning. I really didn't.
Because here's the deal. People said, well, maybe the divers didn't find the car because the car went in after the divers were there. Well, this guarantees that no, Kylie's car was in fact right where the phone pinged, and still all these divers, people right there, last known location, and nobody could find it. And yet Adventures with Purpose goes in. They don't even start here because they're redirected to another location saying, no, we've already checked there. And then when they came up empty, they said, well, let's do what we know we're supposed to do. Let's go back to the last verified known location, which was where the ping was, which 80% of the ping signal was in the water right there.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Not only does it prove that she went into the water exactly when they said she did, and her car was there when the cops were supposedly diving and looking and searching, but it also shows that we have definite activity in the minutes after the car went
in. Yep. And watch what happens. This is at 12:45. So this car, I think it's this car. I believe it's this car. See the little headlamp right there? Now you can actually see more. I'm like a little Angela Lansbury over here with my dark room, and I'll put on, that was another car. I'll put my lights down. I'll put on my 2-time magnifying glasses.
Now,
and then I have a literal large glass magnifying glass. And that's what I use to look at my screen.
And that's one of the benefits to my touchscreen computer, is that I can, zoom way in and not get any pixelization.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I don't have that.
Yeah, I love my touchscreen.
I don't have that. So I sit here looking like a really old lady with a magnifying glass.
It works. It works.
But it works. I mean, you
Whatever
guys should try it.
And listen, y'all, people that are watching, when this goes up after we finish today, you'll be able to see where I've got it zoomed way in, and you should be able to, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I haven't uploaded this to my channel yet, but I need to, so that people can, look at it. It was right when we got done with all this footage that the autopsy results came out and declared it an accident and blah, blah, blah. And we were like, well, shit.
What time do you have this right now?
This is at 12:46. This is when several cars just light up at once.
And that's water bouncing off. I mean, that's the lightest bouncing on the water right there.
Right there. Yep. And there's 1, 2, 3 vehicles at least.
Damn.
12:46, 12:47.
Look at that. Look at that. Holy, look right down there by the water. There's people.
Yeah, into the water. Shining right into the water.
Were they trying to get her out?
I don't know. Nobody's talking. Don't know what these people were doing. I don't have a clue. But this vehicle sits here. It was over here. It came over here and it parked. And then at 12:50, now it's turning around.
Shady. This is so sketchy.
And I mean, I really suspect that if there was anything nefarious going on with this vehicle, allegedly, this would have been the pickup person. See all these lights, and here comes another vehicle. You can see lights start to appear.
Yeah.
Now that one's leaving. And here comes another vehicle that you can barely see. I mean, there's a lot of activity, and I watched the cameras all night long until the fog settled, and it was lots of activity. Almost all night long, all around the water.
Did you look at the Saturday before and the Saturday after? Same time frame?
I haven't looked. I have not looked through any of it.
That would be
This is the
that would be interesting to see.
This is the other thing that I brought up to SF Investigates. I was like, you
They're
gotta
right
stop
at the
telling
water.
people. Yeah, I said you got to stop telling people that that was Kylie's car going into the water at 12:50, because as you can see right there, and I'm going to back it up 2 frames. That's headlights. See the 2 individual headlights?
That's exactly right. And
That vehicle just simply turned around.
Yeah,
That's all it did.
That's right. They knew she went in.
See how it turned to the left?
Yep.
Based on the way the lights go?
Yep. Those
See, it was
little
over here,
suckers.
and then it's going that way, and it's shining into the water.
Those damn kids knew. Somebody knew that car went in that water. There's no other explanation for why they would be down there. Ugh.
That's so crazy to see all that.
And let's face it, we were all kids. We've been out in the woods partying before. We know, nobody needs to act like that. Oh, what? Me? Not me. We all have. No.
See that car right there? I mean, it is right at the edge of the water.
Her car went in the water at the time that her phone died.
That vehicle right there is right on the edge of the water.
That's right. Yep.
I pulled up the aerial shot for this view, and I mean, it was right there, like.
So right. Who do you think it is? Is it Connor?
Oh gosh, I mean, that'd be my guess. Now the lights are not visible, but they're not off. They're just faced the other way.
They knew.
You'll see him show up again here in just a second. My puppy's being clingy. Got my lap. What? What, buddy? What?
What kind of dog is it?
Dachshund.
Oh.
A dachshund and a min pin. 2 very spoiled babies. Are you wanting to go outside? Is that what it is? No? No reaction. So, nope. Just wanting to get in your lap.
So the party just broke up. It was just over. When her phone pinged, that the next 10, 15 minutes, people were just moving out, right?
Yeah. 12:53. It's pretty quiet right now, but it's not over.
It's not over. Wow.
No, there was still more after 1. This video is only just for that 1 hour, 12 to 1. And, if vehicles facing the other direction, you can't really see them. Or if they're just parked, of course you can't see them. There's something right there, but I don't know what that is. I think it's a vehicle just sitting there. What? Do you want to go outside? What? I don't want your kisses right now. You can't lick my hands right now. I'm using them. So it's pretty quiet right now. I'm waiting to see if anything else shows up before. 1 little light there. Some of these could be taillights as well. Flashlights, headlights, headlamps, taillights. There was that little flicker of whatever that was. It's so fascinating to see all this stuff, But I mean, I just know that she wasn't just sitting there. Fast forward. Well, there's lights going on. Yeah, they're leaving. So that's the end of that video.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to see like the Saturday before and the Saturday after. Just to see how the activity compares.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I've been meaning to upload that. If
Yeah,
you go
that's amazing.
to if you go to Chronicles of Olivia, most of our work is actually over there.
Okay.
There's
Chronicles of who? Sorry.
Chronicles of Olivia. We did 4-hour. It's a 4-hour video.
Oh.
The first 2 hours has the overlay. She did all that, and then the other 2 hours. I don't remember the time. I don't remember, but it's 2 hours on the other. 2 hours of footage. I just don't remember what time it covers.
Yes, Lola, it is. No, you and Olivia, y'all did a great job with your overlay and zooming in, and you did a good job, really good.
Olivia did all that.
Yeah, no, it was so much clearer than the other ones that I saw.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, she is.
She's really, really good.
Yeah,
And I can do stuff like that. But she did all this one. She did all that.
Rabid, you'd probably enjoy Olivia's channel. She does like documentary type of videos.
Yeah, I'm on there now, just having a look. I put the link in the chat there for anyone.
Yeah, she's pretty good. So,
I think
actually very good.
There's the 4-hour one, and then there's also one, Mystery at Alder Hill. I collabed with her on that one too. She's really good. She has really good content. I'm happy I found her. She's a really sweet girl. She's gorgeous. Yeah. And I told her, I said, she looks like a model. Like,
and so talented.
Yes. So smart.
Talented. Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with this stuff. And I'm like, I've been doing it longer than you've been alive, Olivia, and you are blowing me out of the water. She is so good.
Yeah.
Natural.
That was pretty much the quote that I told her.
Yep. She's very good. Very good.
She's really sweet too.
Okay. But, well, you are awesome. Thank you for sharing this. And like I said, I hope you'll do a video where you go back and look at the Saturday before and the Saturday after during that same from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock as a comparison to just the traffic in that area. It'd be very interesting to see, if that was the norm.
Yeah. And if anybody has a request, hey, I want to see this date on this time, let me know. I'll give it to you. No problem. Yeah. I mean, because I've got a whole bunch of them in folders. So,
and I look forward. I look forward to when you kind of get the go ahead on being able to give your exclusive information. That's going to be very enlightening, I think.
Sure thing. Maybe we can double stream it. How about that?
That'd be super. That'd be great. Yeah. So as for the whole bullying thing, just like I said, for me, I just turned it off. Don't look at it. Focus on the content that I want to do. And the people that are really interested in the stories, they'll be the ones that get attracted to your channel. And that's really the channel you want to build. You don't want to build a drama channel.
Oh, no way. No.
Right. Yeah. So don't even look to see who's talking about you. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. I get on YouTube to get away from and to come to something that I enjoy,
Absolutely. That's exactly right.
The problem with sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
The problem with social media in general is quite a unique one. Like during our times, we've never experienced anything like this. And the problem with YouTube especially is there are so many unhealthy people on there and unhealthy creators. And the ultimate harm that they can do is to actually encourage you to steep to their level of unhealthiness, because there exists people on here that have way too much time to dedicate to whatever their pursuit is. If it's a negative one, if they want to destroy someone on YouTube or hurt another channel, then if you have a healthy boundary with YouTube and with social media, then the only way that you can compete with that to have some kind of duel is to become as unhealthy as they are. And
Correct.
ultimately, none of you win that way. You know, you're
Yeah.
losing.
Well,
Even if you're successful and you're debunking them every time, you have to commit you're too much time if it's an unhealthy
right.
creator that's coming
And
after you.
you are so right. And here's the truth: you have no appreciation to the level of crazy that's out in that world until you're running around trying to debunk all of their crazy.
Yeah,
For
You
real.
you can be exhausted and never be able to keep up with all the lies and all the terrible things they generate, and it just becomes a circus.
yeah, yeah.
And it you do the best you can trying to keep the facts front and center, but I think specific to YouTube, if you're here to make content and you're good at making content, then focus all of your energy on that, and you'll build a community of people that are interesting to spend time with.
The other important point as well, and I guess this is especially for anyone who's coming onto YouTube new to be a creator, is you are going to find if you don't if you resist the temptation to play along with the algorithm, because it is actually beneficial if your only priority is numbers and views, to
Yep.
engage with that kind of drama, because people love that excitement,
Yep.
right? And it's understandable on one level. But if you're looking at the long term, then you're way better um, both avoiding that so you don't become as unhealthy as those people clearly are,
Mhm.
and your channel will grow slowly, but in the long run, it's way better for you. You're going to be healthier and you're going to be happier with the content that you've put out if it's genuine, you know,
I
because
agree.
it becomes way too tempting to engage.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that anybody on here that says, "Oh, I don't really care about the views and how many subscribers I have," you're lying.
Everyone wants to be,
Lie. I've
yeah,
actually heard people say that. Oh, I don't care. I just put on my videos, and it's all good. If only 1,000 people hit the like button, it's okay. I'm like, you lying to yourself. Stop it. We all want you know
the key is quality.
subscribers and all that, but I don't want to have like a viral moment unless it's something that I've really earned, like an exclusive, or something that I've really worked hard on, you know?
But you know what Rabbit was saying, I would agree with them 100%, because you see, like, you look at some channels that really blow up over one case, and then when that case is over, people kind of spread out and go off to all these other different areas, and they lose that intense activity. But if you're staying true to your content and you're building a channel slowly, then you're creating a community that will follow what story you're putting out, and they don't dissipate.
Hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
And if you build, I'm telling you, if you use the lure of the drama and the arguing,
Ugh,
you're gonna be locked into that kind of content.
I know. No.
It's very difficult to get away, and the numbers sit around 5,000 subscribers, and you really don't ever get over that. That's kind of the number of people that are, I think, in that group that gets attracted to the drama stuff.
Yeah, or if you do get more than that, I've seen, a couple of them that are more than that, and they do their venting and stuff on their channel.
Yeah.
Their overall views are still down, you know.
Yeah, their big view
Wh-
videos are usually their drama videos
Yeah,
where they're freaking out.
and that's just I don't know that I'll go watch. There's a couple of little Krama channels or clip channels that are quite funny. Um, one of them in particular from the night that I got my from when they crashed my live.
Yeah, I'm
They
sorry
There's
that
one of the
happened.
clip channels that actually did a video on that, and she made it hilarious,
Yeah,
and it made me feel better.
good,
She
good,
put
good, good.
a humorous twist on it. It was so funny.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so I played it for all my subscribers. I'm like, here, this made me feel better
Mm.
yeah.
to turn it
Well,
around. But yeah, that's all you
yeah,
can do. Just laugh and keep going.
I want to be very clear about something too, and that's BBT Boston and her channel. I don't look at her channel as being a drama channel or a hate channel. You got to understand, every person that's coming into that channel are all people that have had the same experience of being bullied and gang stalked by Carolyn and her group of Flying Monkeys. That's not every Rambler. I'm not saying it's everybody in that channel. I think it's probably a fairly small group that does these kind of things with her. So
Yeah, she's quite unique in that case.
it is unique, and she is not. I'm gonna challenge you. If you go and you listen to BBT, you're not listening to BBT talking against Carolyn. She's playing Carolyn's own words, and then playing the next clip of Carolyn where it's proving that she's telling bald-faced lies. Like, she's using her own words. So, and that's a whole different ball game.
Right. That's the only video that I did where I used actual words. You know, I don't like the drama stuff. And then there's a couple of my friends on here that they'll talk smack and gossip and stuff while they're, you know, getting ready for work or whatever. And that's cool because it's socializing, you know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the rumor mill, and that's kind of fun to do that. And I just sit there and listen to them, you know, talk smack about MGL. And I don't know anything about MGL, you know.
Yeah.
Never been a subscriber, but the stuff that they talk about is funny. So I just
Yeah.
listen in. I don't contribute. But they're beautiful, sweet ladies, so I just listen.
The thing though that was done to BBT and a couple other people, that was a whole different level of abuse.
Oh wow, I don't know anything about that.
It was terrible, and she, you know, there are therapists that run group therapy for trauma survivors, and the reason they do that is because it helps to build yourself back up after you've had somebody just tear you down and create this illusion that the real you doesn't match the illusion that the abuser creates. And right. So it can create a great deal of cognitive dissonance for the survivor. And by going into a group therapy condition, it kind of mimics real world relationships, and you can kind of get your identity back and reclaim yourself. And that's what I think is happening in BBT's channel. I see so many people in there that were longtime supporters of Carolyn that were treated horribly and continue to be treated horribly. And now people are always apologizing to each other, and they're like, wow, I feel foolish because I didn't take time to believe who you really are, and I believe these lies that were being told about you. So it's a good channel. They're doing a good thing in her channel. They really are.
Yeah, I mean, she was gaslit something extraordinaire
in a horrible way.
It was it was also the absolute contentment with which MRB was happy to see Boston completely isolated and on her own, and she was so contented with all the support that she had.
It was sadistic, Rabid.
Very. I mean, it's so clear, obviously, in retrospect, you know.
Yeah.
It's actually quite something that she's managed to come back, and now she's got all this success. So I think a lot of people that witnessed all that and seen it in retrospect are so happy for her that she's having that success. And there's nothing that MRB is ever going to say that is going to stop people from realizing that BBT is just a better person. That's all it really fundamentally comes down to.
Absolutely.
MRB is not.
You know what it comes down to? It comes down to authenticity. Who's being honest and who has been honest for the past 4 years. BBT has told the truth. We have witnessed what happened to her. Some of us have witnessed a portion of what BBT experienced. And we all were just saying, eventually people are going to see reality. and now Carolyn is absolutely being revealed. So I think that's why I think people see the truth and they recognize who was telling the truth all along. So
Very, very true.
yeah,
Yep. It all comes out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ivan,
Well,
she showed it. So I see things now through BBT's channel because she goes back to the old videos and pulls clips and whatnot, right? And I hear her now where she said things years ago about me, about what she was doing, where I was concerned, things she was accusing me of. I never knew about because I didn't watch. I stayed away from it. And something was said the other night that triggered me so hard. It was sort of like,
Oh, really?
it was kind of like, Katie, grab your gun. I was just livid. I was livid. I was ready to. It was boy. But I put it back in perspective, and I said, the reason that I didn't go around and I didn't watch the things that she was saying is because she was saying things that were intently to trigger, and so I let it go again.
I'm so sorry you went through that, BBT. So sorry. I know how you feel. Man, I wish there's something that we can actually do. I really, really do.
Just watch for truth because the lies that come out of that channel are stunning. Am I right, Rabid?
You are.
That's one channel I don't watch. I don't think I've ever watched it at all, ever. I've seen video clips from other people that have said, like, here's one you might want to stay away from. And just from what I saw, I was like, yeah, I think you're right. And I just never went over
People,
there.
anyone with
Never went
half
over there.
anyone with half a brain only watches her when she's having some crazy comical rant. And she knows that's the only time she ever gets any views.
Oh my God. Have you guys seen the other one, the new one? Michelle Goes Live?
No, I've seen it. I've seen video clips, but not like looked into it.
It's embarrassing. I don't know what the deal is with that one, but yeah, it's a new channel.
Okay,
She's kind of riding on the coattails of MGL, and
right.
it's
Is this
just
the
weird.
lady that she's suing? The lady that lives in her town or something? Maybe not.
I've only seen her a few times. I can't watch that. It's
I don't. I don't like
the straight
the drama.
insanity.
Yeah,
The ones that like literally will put on a show for drama purposes.
That's the right word. Show. It's a circus.
it
I
is
mean,
yeah.
Yes.
if you like a circus, then fair enough. But it's so boring.
It's my huckabed,
Yeah.
Caledonia.
Well, not my circus, not my monkeys.
But thank
Apparently,
you.
YouTube is my circus, and YouTube has my flying monkeys. So,
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. If you got the trolls that are targeting you, it's only because they're beginning to realize that you're doing real content, and they're going to try to shut that down because they're afraid of losing subscribers on their channel. And so just focus on your content and make good content, and don't worry about all of the blah blah that goes on. Just ignore
but there
it.
really is. I mean, if creators out there could just hear me say this, I mean, you've got so many subscribers. You're doing so great. And that's why, I mean, I appreciate you just letting a small person even talk about themselves and their channel. I really appreciate it.
No, you're always welcome.
You're not all insecure about it. Other people know. They're like, no, don't. They're not even allowed to say, other channel names, because God forbid you find out about another, true crime
Yeah,
channel or something.
MRB
But
has to do that in code.
yes,
Even when she wants to,
exactly.
even when she wants to drag someone, she doesn't
For
want to
me,
even say their name.
For me, I've already let it be known. Like I've only done a live a couple of times. I'm like, share your channels, network, get to know each other. Let's help each other.
That's right.
That's the kind of community that I want.
And I absolutely stand by what I said. I think for stories to get big, it requires that there be a lot of awareness among the subscribers. And the best way to get awareness is to have a lot of people making videos about the same story. And that's how they blow up. If you get stingy and you only want to be the only one covering a story, fine, but your story's not going to spread.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not past your own little subscriber pocket.
That's right.
Bubble.
That's right. Yep. We're much better off to reach out across the aisle and talk to each other and work together. Much better.
That's
Absolutely.
crazy, BBD.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go because my puppy's over here just whining. He wants to go outside.
Well, I appreciate you sharing the video with Kieli Rodni, the car. That's very interesting. It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime. I do intend to upload that. I just haven't had the opportunity. Just I'll do that as soon as I can.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over and binge on your channel later on, and if you cover Debbie Collier, I'll come and harass you with questions.
Oh, I will do it. I will. That's actually. Have you seen the Prism? Let me see the name of it. I'm going to tell you the name of it. Okay, buddy, hang on. Prism Live Studio. It is really cool for going live and doing videos and all kinds of stuff.
Prism
Amazing
Live
software.
Studio.
You have to try it.
Okay.
Prism Live Studio. I did like a little test run, like a half-hour live yesterday using it.
Mm-hmm. And it's better than StreamYard, obviously.
Yes, it's so neat because, like, let's say you're going to do a live on the Debbie Collier case, and you've got all the most relevant new articles. You've got a link to the news press conference and photos. You've got evidence. You've got maybe a PDF file. You got all your materials that are ready for your live. But now typically we do it in tabs.
Yeah.
With this thing, you do it inside the program, and there are little windows. You just click on them, and you have everything ready to go. It is really, really cool. It's just so many features inside this thing.
Yeah, I'll have a look because I normally use Google Docs and Google Slides, which are not great, but
it was beautiful, and it was so easy. I figured it out in like 15 minutes, just playing around, clicking around in there, and I was having so much fun. You can actually add a little music equalizer thing.
Oh, that's cool.
There's animations, like when somebody comes in, you can wave at them, with the little wavy animations. It's just neat.
Yeah.
You can display your chat on your screen.
Cool.
It's like an OBS type of program, but it's free.
Cool.
Prism Live Studios.
Yeah, I've got it downloaded, so I'm going to play with it later this afternoon.
It's pretty cool. I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. This is neat. I know there's got to be a way, and I know there is a way, because if there's a way to figure it out, I will. I'm going to put StreamYard in it, because there's another window. You can have another window set up inside your main window, and you can open like any web page or whatever you want in that. And so I'm going to test it again and put my StreamYard inside that window and see if that works, so that I can use this software but still do like a panel.
That would be cool.
So that's what I'm kind of testing out right now.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be like the best of both worlds. But I mean, you don't have to always have panels, If you're just doing an update, you don't need a panel anyway. So.
No, I actually rarely have people up on the channel. I don't. But
with this, you could put StreamYard in another thing in there. But yeah, if you want to have just like me and you do a little StreamYard thing, we can practice with it or something sometime.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun.
There's Miss Collier, poor lady.
Yeah, she looked unhappy in the weeks before. There was something else going on in that family. So Rabid, Caledonia wants to know your immediate opinion on the Debbie Collier case.
Yeah, I think her death is linked to the daughter and boyfriend's circumstances, but I don't think they directly caused it, and I don't think you can ignore just what you were mentioning earlier there as well about the fact that the rehab center is so close. That seems more than a coincidence, but also the boyfriend's mother's arrest for
Yeah.
trying to sell meth to an undercover cop, and the fact that she was meeting at one point at a dollar store is
It's
something that
crazy.
you can't ignore either. And she got sent down for 30 years, so it's essentially a life sentence.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do think she was meeting someone in connection with the football, though. I think the things that she purchased were simply for that. I think she was perhaps meeting someone up near that area, and whatever they were doing, wherever they were going, the football was involved in some way, whether it was a tailgate or even meeting back up with her own daughter to have a barbecue or something. Maybe that's why she was saying about the key being there just to let her in. But it's the whole thing about the money transfer. Is that linked to the rehab? Is it linked to the boyfriend's criminal charges? It's so bizarre. With the information we have, you can only really conjecture
Isn't
something.
it really interesting that the amount of the transfer, the 2385, is both equal to a stay at the rehab or the boyfriend's legal fees that he had added up. They're
Yeah,
both pretty much the exact same, so it's hard to
they're,
tell which one it is.
they're
But
pretty
if you look
close.
at the
Yeah,
Venmo message, I think the clue is in that.
yeah. It's a very specific amount, unless that was emptying a certain bank account.
Yeah.
It's a very strange amount. I mean, does anyone know if you ever get a charge that automatically comes off a Venmo that might bring it down from 3,000 to that for any reason? I don't know.
Let me check my Venmo.
Okay.
Um, on actually, and that's funny that I haven't even thought of looking at my Venmo to see what mine does.
And just the, the,
Um,
the way that the law enforcement were answering some of the questions, I think that they, like when I read it back in retrospect, I think the way that law enforcement were answering the questions about the Venmo, I think that they have an indication that it perhaps wasn't sent from her phone. But then there's the fact that she stops her car and parks for a brief time at the exact timeline when that Venmo payment goes through. So, was there someone in that car with her?
Yeah.
no,
Huh.
I actually think that the clue as to what it was for and why I think that it was the rehab is because of the Venmo message. Um, they won't let me go. I think that was they won't let me go, meaning they won't let me tour the rehab. Um,
Could be. Yeah.
yeah, because the rehab told me that the person who's going to be staying there, they couldn't comment on the case, but they could tell me, you know, hypothetically, if somebody was looking to be there, they have to be present.
Right.
So that led me to believe her Venmo message was, they won't let me go, right? Instead of
Yeah.
not, they won't let me go. Okay, yeah, great. I'm glad that you have this on the screen. They are not going to let me go. I think that meant they're not going to let me go on a tour unless Andrew was with her.
That's pretty
I
close
think
to how
that's
I
what
read
it
it.
was for.
That's close to how I read it. I read it that perhaps they're not going to let me go in time to whatever event it was, whether it was meeting up with the daughter or
Yeah.
someone else. But what you say makes sense as well. And also the fact that where her car was found, where she was found, is so close to the rehab.
Right.
It's literally the next turn. But also where the distance from the car to where she was found, it's not much further to get to the grounds of the rehab centre.
That's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm. It's a weird case.
Yeah, I mean, I'm shocked that there's not a POI as of yet. Thought there would have been.
And I felt like in the first couple of press conferences, the cops seemed really certain, like they knew what they were going to do, right? But the one answer that kind of stays with me is when they said that Amanda did get the money, but they don't know where the money is now. So she's obviously holding out on what she did with the money.
Yeah, she really is. I think that's kind of strange. I'm still stuck on the Venmo message. It's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. I really think that it meant they're not going to let me go. Love you. Here's the key to the house. You know where it was. Because now she could go in the house since Andrew wouldn't be there. I think she was telling her, "You have to take him and drop him off at the rehab. Here's the money for it."
Yeah.
Because he did remember the court papers. He only had a month left in order to fulfill his obligations to the court. He was running out of time.
Sorry.
I think that's just my I don't know.
Yeah, you could well be right. And what I would say as well is there's only two options, right? Either she typed that message or someone else did. And I think if it was her that typed that message, or maybe she did the voice text, right? If she wrote that, then she didn't know that she was in real danger. That message does not make sense if she thought that.
I'm looking at my Venmo. I'm going to pull up my last one. Let me click on it here. There was no message. Okay, so my last Venmo. Hang on. Let's see here. Is let's see. I'm going to pick one of my larger ones. It's not telling me if there was a fee on that one. It was showing me a fee on some of the small ones.
Yeah, like if there was a $15 charge for some reason, then that might be more explainable. 2,400.
Okay, no. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it was. I just wish it would let me see the exact amount. Oh, that stinks. Because I was transferring 400, 300, 150, stuff like that with my kids, and I didn't put notes or anything in mine, but just these little ones. Let's see. It's really weird that some of these show a fee and some of them don't. Oh, I know what it is. It's if you do it to a card. Okay, if you do it to an instant transfer, there's a fee. So literally, I could show this on the screen and you would see. If you just do it like a regular transfer to your bank and you wait the 2 or 3 days, that it takes, there's no fee. I remember now because it's actually been since last December since I've done one of these. I usually use Cash App now. But so I had sent $28 and no, I received $28 and I did it as an instant transfer and they took 42 cents. So I got $27.58.
Okay.
Don't even remember what that was for. So that's the only time that there's a fee on any of mine is if there's an instant transfer. And it would show it on the Venmo as well. It would have a blue check mark. It looks like not check mark, lightning mark. So let's see, how can I show this? What I can do is like a screenshot of this and send it. Let me see here. Figure out a way to send it to you so you can see, but literally on it, it will show if that person sent it or received it or completed it by instant transfer or not. So, because there's only a few of mine that have that. But yeah, it is kind of a, you lose a little bit of it. So if it was that much money, $23.85, I'd highly doubt she would have done an instant transfer. She probably would just have, put in her routing information and waited. But have you seen him, the boyfriend, and Amanda trolling people on social media?
No.
Oh yeah, they're totally trolling people. His ID online is MMA225, and I have a whole bunch of his stuff screenshotted. He is so trolling everybody.
Really?
He goes around and comments as MMA225. So if you see that ID, that's him. And
On here on YouTube.
Mostly on YouTube. He's going around the YouTube channels. Yep.
Interesting.
But I think it's both of them in the same ID, because sometimes when you read the message, it sounds like it's like a guy.
Yeah.
And then the next time they're kind of talking in third person, which is really weird. And then another message sounds very feminine. It's really weird. Either he's setting himself up for a, mental defect case or something, or it's him and her in the same account. But you should see some of the messages that they're leaving. And Annie Elise with 10 to Life actually got him to agree to talk to her.
Okay.
And verify his that it's really him, and he sent her his ID, credit card, and the whole bit.
Right. Okay.
So it is really him. And I have some of those downloaded to my computer if you want me to pull up a couple.
That'd be interesting to see, actually.
They're really weird.
Well, I'll tell you what. So I have
Are you wrapping it up?
I have something I've got to do at 4:30, but if you wanted to like go over to your channel and go live to show them, then I could like tell everybody in side chat how to get to your channel, and then y'all could do it over there.
I'm not really prepared to do a live right now.
Maybe later tonight we could all get back up on.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, because right now, I've got some stuff I've got to do too.
Okay. Yeah, I would love to see the chats.
Yeah, they're really interesting messages. He's saying some very strange stuff.
I would totally love to see that. So maybe later on tonight, if you're not wrapped up doing something else, maybe we could do it, because I'd like to see them.
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
I've been going around collecting them everywhere I find them. Since I know that's really him, I've been just screenshotting them everywhere I see him posting. So
yeah. What were you gonna say, Rabid?
Oh, I was just saying I'll keep an eye out later.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be fun. That'll be good. All right. Listen, thank you so much, Fueled, and Debbie and Rabid. Yeah. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate y'all coming and spending the afternoon chatting.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anytime.
And I love the footage, being able to see just exactly how much happened after she went in the water. It's really interesting. Yeah. Really.
Do you think that I should upload that? I mean, because I know I'm going to get flack if I do. Like, oh, it's over. It's all over.
Totally put it up. No, it's worthwhile, and it's not over. You were told by an investigator that they haven't closed the case.
Yeah, they haven't closed the case, but
and we've got We've got physicians that are saying what the coroner report is saying is not consistent with a drowning. So I would definitely put it up. I would definitely put it up.
Are you on Central Time or?
I'm on Texas time.
Well, hallelujah! I'm on Okie time.
Oh, we're in the same time zone.
Awesome. Yeah, most of my family's there
In Oklahoma.
in Texas.
Oh, in Texas. Okay.
Yeah.
So are you from Texas? Because you have a little bit of a twang in your voice.
Yeah, I was born there, but I've been here all my life in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I mean, I go there a lot. My sister is still there. My aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, all that is still there. So.
Yeah, we're down on the Gulf Coast. I'm looking at the water right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's been, this week has been really, really great. Normally I complain about the heat, but it's nice and cool. And then they had the is it the Leonids? Which they're having a meteor shower right now. And so
Oh, wow.
yeah, I got up about 3 a.m. and went out on the dock and laid down in the dark and watched the meteors shooting across the sky.
That's so cool. That's one of my last memories with my mom. We literally, it was fun. I helped her lay down in the grass to watch a meteor shower, and that was very special.
I'm
Her
so
vision
glad.
had gone quite a bit. She couldn't see, very well,
Yeah.
but she could see the meteors. She really loved that.
Isn't that interesting? The eyes are cool the way they work. You can be completely blind on one hand and be seeing specks of light perfectly. It's very interesting.
Yeah. I think that's the way God intended it, because as we get older, our bodies fall apart, and nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, there you go.
But then our third eye grows, more.
Yeah.
So with that, our wisdom grows, and we're able to see in a different way. We can see through things better than when we were younger.
I'm still working on that.
Well, you listen, Rabid. So I teach people a grounding exercise. Okay. And it's based on, your sensory awareness. And it is to sit where you are, take a few deep breaths, use a diaphragmatic breathing. And then you look around and you name 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can touch because you've got 4 fingers, right? 3 things that you can hear. And the reason you choose 3 things you can hear is because you can hear with your left ear, your right ear, but also you can hear an inner voice. And then 2 things you can smell because you have 2 nostrils, and then 1 thing you can taste. And so people that practice that grounding exercise, if they're triggered, if they get on the verge of a panic attack, something like that, they can remember to do their grounding activity, and it calms them and puts them back in control because it focuses all the senses on the immediate moment.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, so 3 things you can hear. Listen with your left ear, your right ear, and your inner voice.
I love that. That's awesome.
Okay, peeps, I got to get out of here. I'm not going to make it out the door.
All right. Well, I will. I'll send you a message. I think I've got your email, don't I?
Yes, I gave it to you. Does it? Fools and says it. Yeah. Okay, I'll see y'all later tonight.
Message later. Have a good night. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye,
I'm
Rabid.
go subscribe to everybody back. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Rabid, you're awesome. Thank you so much for coming up and talking. And hopefully tonight we'll be able to do the Andrew chats, because that would be very interesting to look at frame of mind, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm interested to see that.
Yeah. Okay, people, y'all are awesome. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. If you have hit the thumbs up, I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. And I hope that you will go to Fueled with Coffee and True Crime and look at some of her content. She is putting out really good content, even though she's a new channel. And then, of course, if you haven't subscribed to Rabid, what are you waiting on? Right? Go do it. All right. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.